Hello, this is Emo Pikachu 93 here, and today we're doing something a little different. As you can see, this is not OBS, this is my phone's camera. It was the best camera I owned, so hopefully the audio's not shit. We are upgrading a computer. This is my second computer baby, Amy. She has a 2-core A4 6300 AMD. It's a 3.7 hertz processor. Uh, yeah, it's not that great. The board is an A88X Pro 3 Plus, which came with a nice what is that? PCI Express 3.0 16X. So that's a nice feature. It has two hard disks, one terabyte and one 480 gig. The 480 gig, oh gosh, that is about 15 years old. I salvaged it out of an old Dell PC. I think it runs on at 5400 RPMs and 32-bit cache. Yeah, it's kind of bad. The graphics card is a Radeon R7 240, 2 gigabytes of GDDR5 memory, overpowered RAM to an underpowered chipset, but yeah, it's a bit dusty. It actually works pretty good. I think the biggest limiter is the CPU in this rig, but that's why we're upgrading. We have in our RAM, covered by wires. I did a shit job with their wiring. Is 8 gigabytes total of DDR3 2133, which actually was one of the fastest RAMs of the time before DDR4 came out. Our power supply, I ordered a 500 watt power supply. They gave me a 600 watt. The problem with it is that it has, you won't even see it if I even try. The CPU power connection is only a 4-pin, and the board requires an 8-pin. So I did look up on the internet to see if you can use the PCI, the 6 plus 2-pin peripheral connector. A resounding no came from the interwebs. Something about different amperage or voltage. It just would destroy your board if you did that, basically, is what the internet said. And if the internet can agree on something, then I'm going to listen to the internet. So I didn't do that. It does work. Having the 4-pin in the 8-pin socket. It just occasionally I have lost power all of a sudden because of not enough current. What else we got going on in here? We have this little Wi-Fi chip. It's nice. It gives me Wi-Fi. It does both 2.4 hertz or gigahertz. Was it gigahertz or megahertz? The frequency 2.4 or 5. It does both of those. And we have no peripheral or no optics in these bays. Yeah. So what we're putting in it? We have here. Well, we have a 512 gigabyte SSD to replace that old ass hard disk. Going to use that as the boot drive. Fortunately, I could not use an M.2 drive because the board does not have it. The whole board's a little old for that, or the M.2 standard's old or young for that. To fix our power issue, we have a 600 watt power supply, gold 80 plus gold rating, so good stuff, with the appropriate 4+4 CPU connector. We have here, oh god, I should have looked this up first. And, oh god, can't see it. It is an A10 7800 series. I want to say it's 7860K. It was a pretty good chip. I got it from AliExpress, so that's why it's in that packaging. And I hope to God it's not damaged. I heard a lot about the chip having some or I shouldn't call it chip. The processor is a processor. The processor getting too hot for its box heatsink. Well, we don't have that because it came in that packaging. So we have this cooler, which I hope the God can fit in this case. The case itself, probably not the best thing in the world. I mean, it's a cheap case, but its layout, after building a third PC, I realized that cases come in different layouts. And I just hope my things can fit. To throw in another, I gotta use my mouth. Another PCI slot. We'll put this down here. Some more USB 3 ports. Yeah, this only comes with 2 USB 3s. Nowadays, every motherboard comes with a shit ton of USB 3 ports. I only know if this will be true USB 3 since it's going to a PCI 4X slot. I don't know if data rates are the same. I don't think they are. I think to get a USB 3 standard, you need a 16X slot. But that ain't 16X. That actually, I think it's 1X. That's 1X PCI Express slot image. And the piece de resistance. I wonder if I said that correctly. Out of the way. Stupid screwdriver. We have a nice, as I struggle with life, Radeon RX 570. Can I remember its specs? Nope. I'm an idiot. Did I get the 4 gig? I'm thinking I might have gotten the 4 gig variant of it. It's a pretty good card on paper. It's no GTX 1080, but that shit's still expensive even with the RTX 2080s out. Oh, I got a text. I'll read that later. It's from the girl I'm going to be giving this PC to. Yeah. Can you imagine I actually recorded videos on this PC? It's really underwhelming. But yeah, that 2-core processor and the hard disk were the biggest limitations. Hard disk could not read and write fast enough to record videos. And 2 cores just blew for gaming, but I don't even want to take this out of its static casing. Plus, it'd be a bitch and a half. I think I'm gonna have to rearrange the case a little, because if you can see what a graphics card plugs into, that's a big card compared to this R7 240. So this drive will definitely have to go somewhere else. I think that is the 1 terabyte. I can't say. I can't tell at all. But yeah, that one of them's gonna have to move. I don't know where I can mount the. I mean, I might be able to. Well, where the hell would that go? Well, I have to get a piece of equipment to mount this SSD. Probably. I should have looked at the specs of the case. I might have to buy a new case just so I can have packaging to send this to Florida. which then I'll have an empty case to, I guess, make a new computer. And then what would I do with that computer? Well, if I sold it, I would still need more packaging. Then I'd have to buy another case. Alright, yeah. I should have just saved the original packaging. That would have been a great idea. Alright, I'm rambling on. Not sure if there's anything else to mention. I'm not upgrading the RAM. I should upgrade the RAM, but there was compatibility issues because I got some weird brand like Cleve. Yeah, they don't make that RAM anymore. The only person who does is G-Skill, which is a good brand. But there might be some compatibility issues. I would probably have to get all new RAM. Someone says that they don't use the same clocking anymore. I don't know if that's just an angry douchebag on the interwebs or what, but that was one comment. And it would cost me $90 to get what I want, which would be 4 sticks of 4 GB RAM for a total of 18 gigs. Did I say that correctly? I think I did. Yeah, that 4 times 4 gig RAM. That would be really nice in this. Probably not necessary though. 8 gigs of RAM I find is quite good for most games I play. But I don't play crazy ass games that require supercomputers. I just play Overwatch, which is honestly not too crazy of a game to play. Graphics wise. Community's crazy. Well, update time. Everything's out of here. I even unplugged the headers and so I can rewire them. God, taking off the CPU cooler was a task. I think I did too many steps. I removed the brackets there. I have since put them back in. I'm pretty sure I need them for the other cooler. Although I think it came with brackets too. I don't feel like installing their brackets. So yeah, this is not obviously this is not a tutorial because I can't do this and hold the phone. I can barely do this as it is. I did get all my knowledge of how to do this from the internet. But I'm not sure if what I'm going to do with them SATA cables. I need to figure out what I'm doing with the the SSD I got here, the 2.5 drive. Because there's no 2.5 drives in this dang thing. Just 3.5s and 5.25s. So, yep. Oh, God. The 20 plus 4 pin, of course, was a task. But honestly, I think the USB 3 header was more of a pain in the ass. I had to look up a video because I wasn't sure if there was a locking mechanism like your DisplayPort connectors have. But everything's out. Now I want to see how things fit. Be back in a little bit. Alrighty, last update of the day. I've also lost some lighting because of the sun going down. So we got the power supply in. We got the CPU sitting in there, not the cooler yet because the cooler's huge, but it fits. It's just huge. So is the GPU. This is going to be it for today because, well, I need to get... Ooh, I scratched the hell out of my table. I need to get a chassis converter for the SSD. Hopefully it will fit right up here. The GPU does come all the way out to here, but the SSD is... it fits in there. I hope the chassis converter doesn't put it out. I'm actually... Let's see if this just barely reaches up top here. Maybe if I ran it underneath, I might be able to get a 5.25 inch to a, what the hell is that, 2.5 chassis converter, and shove it up in here. Oh, I also got the zoom out, need light, the USB 3s in fucking AliExpress, man. The plate is warped, so it's not flush, and like that's sitting in as well. I have it a little curved. Don't over tighten your screws when you mount it. I have it in there tight, just so I can get that to flatten out. But of course, you don't want to twist the bottom of that off, or you'll be sad. Also got the front panel hooked up, rewired it all through the back. It's actually looking pretty nice. What the hell is this? Oh, the fan, right. Yeah. Oh, that just goes down here. There we go. That's in. And just sit there. Look pretty. You're already as far down as you can go. Yeah, I don't think it's looking bad. Again, it's the way the case is oriented. My baby May over here. I mean, it's a similar design. The power supply is down here. Whoops, I knocked over the external hard drive. But yeah, there's a whole section down here for wires, for the power supply wires mainly. Got power. I like this power supply. It's a Roswell semi module power supply. Yeah, I'm losing words. Yeah, the wires were just long enough. I have plenty of slack in behind there. Yeah. So, next time I make an update, it will be a lot later, because I need to order a part. So, see you then. Hello, I am back, ready to continue working on the upgrade. So I bought this little tray thingy, a chassis, for it's supposed to go into one of these big 5.25 inch drives. So would pop that open, and yeah, look where I put my wires at. That's not gonna work. Thankfully, I found out that you're supposed to put 2.5 drives up on here. There's these 4 holes for that. Yeah, waste of $10. I'm sure I can use it on something else. Probably not, actually. Cases these days don't even want 5.25 inch drives bays. But yeah, we are going to get that mounted, get the GPU in, and the get that out of the way, and the CPU fan in, and then I'll be ready to boot. I'm waiting on a fan, a 120 millimeter fan, to put on the side panel. That will go over the GPU half. I can't fit over the CPU half because there'll be a big ass heat sink in the way, and that heat sink comes all the way out to the end. So, but I think, yeah, the extra cooling will be very helpful for the GPU. GPU will be happy. My God, it's still dusty as fuck. I need to get some sort of blower. All right. Be back in a minute with an update. All right, update. This is going to be the moment of truth. Everything's wired up, everything's hooked up. Got the CPU cooler, the GPU in. I'm nervous, if you can't tell. As I'm putting in the friggin' GPU in the USB 3 port, which is right up against the GPU, got knocked out somehow. So it was like, that takes a lot of force to take that out. So it's crammed. I wouldn't say the GPU is sitting aligned, but it should be okay. I'm also worried about the CPU because I've never put an aftermarket cooler on top of it. First time using thermal paste, and yeah, I can't find my friggin' Windows 10 USB drive. I'm going to blame Nazis for that. Just somehow they're responsible. So moment of truth. Turn the power on the back of that. And let's pray for no blue smoke. We got lights. We got action. We have Gigabyte blanking. So CPU fan on, rear fan on. I see lights on the front fan. It is spinning, yes. Wait a second. I didn't get any on the display. I didn't get anything on the display. Alright. Not the best start. Come on, turn off. That's a new one. Okay. I'm gonna try that again. And pay attention to this monitor this time. I think it's a GPU. Ah, fuck. Now reset switch. Come on. Oh, you're. Hey, no. Nothing powered down. Alrighty. Not a great start. Alrighty. I have some good news. But sadly, I lost my lighting from the sun. So everything's dark. Because it's that late. Because I've been seeing why my computer wouldn't work the first time. Well, I can blame the aftermarket cooler I was trying to use. My Deep Cool cooler. That says it's for an FM2 socket. Well, I don't know if you can see. Those screws are not sunken properly by a carpenter standard. I have a little training in carpentry. And I don't know if that's what's causing the problem. It doesn't look like it would cause the problem, but that's shoddy to me. And what happened is that the cooler dislodged the CPU. And when removing the cooler, it actually ripped the CPU out of the damn socket. With the retention bar still down. So I just tested it without the GPU. Because that was a possibility that the GPU was dead on arrival. But it worked with the onboard CPU onboard video connection. Goddamn. So we're going to try it with the GPU. And this is the new... Did I get a 97K? It's probably 7060. 77, whatever. I can't find out what I purchased because I lost my information. But it's a 4-core processor, an A10 FM2 processor. It's supposed to be one of them 4 plus 10 or 4 plus 6 cores. Really, it's still 4 cores. Either way, we are going to attempt to. I think I might have fucked up the reset switches because I can't get it to reset upon full pressing the power button. But here we go. Well, that's different. The Gigabyte is now, hey, that's also different. Please install. Oh. Understand. Wait, please install PSU power supply units 4-pin cables to the fuck? Well, that's different. But we have something. I'm going to unplug something and see if that get rid of that. I'm going to put you down for a second. Come on. Yoink! Alright, let's try that again. Did we get any Chinese crazy shit when we take that out? No. Okay. That's still a problem. I was about to turn my camera to use the phone. SC1. And where's the other one located at? Why the hell would you request that? And why is there so much Chinese or Korean or whatever that is? I mean, I get it. Asians are computer builders or something. Okie dokie. Well, I'm going to experiment with that. But it works! I've never seen this before. Please install the PSU's 4-pin power cables to the 4-pin connectors on the motherboard. And it's using the Molex cables. Okay. I have a Molex here. The MB picture is reference only. Please refer to manual for... Okay. Alright, well. Goodbye. For now. I had a quick update, like 5 seconds after I did the last update. I got to stop saying that. Apparently, we needed more power. You can't see anything because it's too dark in here. I am half tempted to turn my flashlight on. Can I use that with the camera? Probably not. Light. No. Okay, I suck with my phone's camera. But yeah, we need more power. That's what that was saying. Plug it in to the Molex on the board. The the GPU. Focus. There we go. I focused the camera. That GPU is a beastly thing, so I'm guessing it's just drawing too much power from the board. But hey, this is what we want to see. This is asking for the boot device, which I can't find. Like I said, Nazis. That's who I was blaming. And I'm still gonna blame Nazis because they're the problem of this world. Every problem is their fault. All right, I'm tired. I have one last thing to do, and that is put in case fans on this panel. Just randomly looking at my Poo Emoji hat. Yeah, I'm going to put now two of them on. I was just going to do one because of the big ass cooler, which I'm about to use as a baseball. I'm really unhappy with it. These mounting brackets are literal bullshit. Literal bullshit. Okay, that's a blow out. Kind of wish it was a blow in. I was just checking the which way that fan goes, which you can barely see. Sadly, it don't light up like this light. This one lights up. Q. Jesus Christ. I have more wires in this than I did before. But, shit's working. Shit's working. Shit's working. Oh, man. I was very depressed earlier because I thought I would have to get a new CPU. Did that cost me $80? No, it was just this $20 piece of shit fucking everything up. So, yeah, Deep Cool, that's a no from me. Alright. I'm going to end the video. Because fucking, case fans are not important. I have a working computer. With or without the case fans. So, thank you for watching. It's been up and down video for me. But this, went through all the logical what could be the problems and solved it. And that's cool. And that's what I love about building computers, is trying to make this work. This crazy ass thing with a Wi-Fi card and extra USB 3s and this overly powered GPU in an underwhelming case that barely fits it. You can see the GPU goes into the hard drive bays. It's not meant for this, but we got it to work. I found, I got the SSD and kind of wish I could. Fuck you, CPU fan. Fuck you. That hurt. Ooh, I'm bleeding too. Well, I was trying to tap the RAM, but I missed the RAM and hit the CPU fan. What an extra. Ow, fuck. Yeah, I still have room for more RAM. I think I would have to buy a full 4 sticks of RAM to replace these 2 because compatibility issues. 8 gigs is a sufficient amount of RAM. 16 would be sexy. 32 is overkill. Just gonna say that 32 is overkill. I don't know any game that would need that much RAM. Hell, all the games I play only use half of the RAM I have in my computer. I think I only have 8 gigs in that one. If I have 16, I'm a psychopath. I'm gonna turn this off. Still can't use the power button like it should be. Yeah, I'm not gonna get back into those front panel displays. But thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more.